let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. With that, it's time for the AFC Championship. That's the call the action, as they have all year. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And the Mile High Air. Full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, Lynch. He's got his man on the comebacker. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And he'll give it here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So 2nd and 10 here. comes to Anderson. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. So that second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And now Lynch. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. throwing here. Lynch on first down. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Lynch looking to throw on second. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They'll throw on first down with Lynch. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, here's Lynch. He sets to fire deep. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Toss play. This is Anderson. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big-time run there by Anderson. 47 yards on the ground. And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go now. Let's go. Check. Patriot. Blue 90. Watching that ball. Here we go. Check. Patriot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. To throw on second down. Lynch. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Throwing, Lynch. Finds Jay Butt over the middle. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
Here we go now.
After the interception, here's Lynch. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. And Anderson's got it. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Lynch. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. They'll run. Anderson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Thomas will come in motion right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Detroit!
To throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cannon. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. K.D. Cannon, 74 yards. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Again, Anderson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Anderson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Pernell McPhee. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Back out of that Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 50.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. A dump off to Anderson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's Henderson, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Detroit. Gun. Here we go now.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Let's go. No. Check. Patriots.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets it here to Peake. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Fresh set of downs here.
That's right. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
All right, here we go. All right, now, look at 56. Look at
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw here. That is caught at the 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Brenza's kick is good. So we come. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the areas and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Cannon. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard. They'll run again here with Gallman. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back them out of field goal range. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we've
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, Lynch. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
To throw on second down, Lynch. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Gun! Set! Watch it now, Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Lynch here off the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is brought in at the 21. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
All right, here we go. Leopard!
Lynch looking to throw on second. Steps away to Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go now.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll be knocked down sideways near the 25. A gain of 6 there on first. Final minute now of the third quarter. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They're going to look to throw. Peake's got it over the middle. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Red zone opportunity. They'll look to throw here on first down. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he is knocked down from the side. It's a nice pickup at 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. Now Brenza on for the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. Now it's Brenza to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football, Doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Second down now after the incompletion. This is Gallman, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Pushing his way through. He's got the completion to Strong. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can get some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Muhammad Wilkerson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. The Jets on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Here we go now.
Now Lynch. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard!
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Let's go. Blue 90.
Now a give. Running right is Anderson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Now Henderson, and an alley to run. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Now, that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And it's a 2nd down. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They'll set up to throw. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught right side by Anderson. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying, that getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already
Amateur
done that,
hour.
right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a third again.
They start the drive with Anderson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
Back to set. 3-19.
Now a handoff looking right. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Lynch to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
Still.
And then at the end.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Anderson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's got Peak. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Anderson. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jets on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Over.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, They might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. They'll look to throw again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now it's Lynch. On a crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
Here's Lynch. Over the middle, open is Thomas. A really good pickup of 28 yards. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And this is no good. Oh, by a matter of inches, he missed it wide to the right. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire. But in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance. But it's just not meant to be.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.